I want to welcome all of you to our November Residents Association. As you can see right here, we have a marvelous program, and this is just a tiny sample of what you're going to get to see. But we do have a little bit of business beforehand. First of all, I'm going to ask Ashley, would you come up here, please? All right. I want all of you to see Ashley Bohanec. Ashley is the new operations manager for dining that we have waited for so long, and now she is here. You're tall. So you'll be seeing a lot of her, and we absolutely welcome her. Ben Battle, who's back here, I want to tell you, just came back from a week's vacation, and that's because he got married. So, thank you, Ashley. We're happy to have you here. Is Larry Auld here? Larry, please stand up. I would like all of you to show Larry Auld our appreciation for the 6 years that he has put in being the editor of the Herald. It has been a long job, but you've done a marvelous job, and we do appreciate it. And now he is happily helping the successor, which we have found. And I'm going to let Alan Page come up and introduce her.
Larry, we thank you, but you left a big hole, but we know that Springmore is a community of resourceful people. And so Betty Harris has agreed to take on the role of editorship. Her way of putting it is that she would be looking over Larry's shoulder for his last issue, and then he'd be looking over her shoulder to help her with the first issue. So she will be the editor beginning with the January issue, and we thank you, Betty, for taking on that responsibility. Stand up, Betty. Please.
One thing I did forget to say at the beginning, but please, if you have a cell phone, would you silence it at this point so that we don't have any interruptions? And now I'm going to call on Janet Carter, who is the chairman of the Employee Appreciation Committee, who will give you a progress report with that.
Good afternoon. I am happy to report that as of today, we have received $41,411 so far. So that's exciting. That's very exciting. Thank you very much. For those of you that have participated, and we are accepting contributions through this Friday, the 18th. And I would like to remind you that we are having receptions on December the 7th that you are invited to. Please, please come. The staff will be coming to pick up their gift check, and it's a great time to just take a few minutes to visit with them. That's on December 7th. South Village is at 9 a.m. to 10:30, and North Village here in the auditorium is from 2 o'clock to 3:30. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Janet. And now we do have one bit of official business. I'm going to call on Kay Bullock, who is a past president and chair of the Bylaws Committee, who will speak to you about a bylaws change.
I will try to be very brief because I know we want to get to the Cardinal Singers. The Executive Committee of the Residents Association asked the Constitution and Bylaws Committee to explore ways to speed up the election process for the Residents Association officers. It begins in September and could take as long as November. It was felt that the incoming officers needed a little bit more time to get ready to assume their duties. So you have before you today the changes that the Constitution and Bylaws Committee are recommending. These have been on display in both North and South villages for a little over 2 weeks. What will happen now is that the slate of officers will be posted 2 weeks prior to the September meeting, and that will allow the election to take place in September. A second thing that the Constitution and Bylaws Committee is recommending is a little bit more inclusion in committees and in the nominating committee. We want people from North and South Village. We want people who have been here a while. We want residents that are newer. There is one more little change. It's just a word change. The word consult was changed to confer as it relates to the nominating committee sharing information with the presidential nominee. So I'm going to ask you to vote on the proposed changes that have been on display. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Thank you very much.
Here we go again. Thank you, Kay, and that is certainly something that will work to the benefit of Springmore. I'm now going to call on Brandon Hare, our Executive Director.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks. All right. Staff does like me. I'm glad to see that. So I won't be long again like I was last time. I don't have much to say, which is 2 months in a row, so may never happen again. But I just wanted to say thank y'all for all y'all do for us. I put a little message in the last resident memo about Thanksgiving and why I like it and how I kind of cheesily related it to Springmore, but I do mean all of that, and Springmore's a great place, and thank y'all for making it so great. Thank you for all you do for the staff. To hear Miss Janet Carter announce how much y'all have raised for the staff is really heartwarming, so we appreciate that. So thank you for all you do for them. Thank you for all you do for me to provide me a very enlightening and meaningful job and be able to come here and help y'all in Springmore every day. I know it's not perfect, but we try to do our best to serve y'all, and I want to thank you for that. And lastly, I want to thank you for your patience that you've had with staff members. We've been able that we've tried to hire in positions we've been able to try to fill. We're so thankful to have Ashley on board. We had several candidates that fell through, and it all just works. It's perfect timing. Perfect message from my pastor yesterday about never question timing. It works out the way it's supposed to, and that's exactly what happened with Ashley and with Ben and everybody we've had. So as people come and go, just know that we don't take that lightly, and we try to find the best candidate for positions. And we just thank you for your patience as we continue to fill those or have people as they come and go to try to find the best candidate for our position. So hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving and hope to see y'all soon. Thanks.
And now I will introduce Dave Waters, who is the Vice President and Program Chairman, and he will introduce our program for today.
We are excited to have this program. It's been a while, as people have told me, that since we've had the Cardinal Singers with us for a program, and they are back today. And a few more members than the 4 that you see sitting up on the front row will join them in just a minute. And we will look forward to a wonderful musical presentation. And I see that all of you have your sing-along sheets in hand for the ones that will be sing-alongs later on in the program. Let's welcome Elizabeth Beam, Director, and the Cardinal Singers.
Thank you. The hardest part of the program is walking in and lining up. It'll be all downhill from this. Be easy. Thank you for inviting us. You know, we are a weekday morning group. We don't sing in the afternoons. Unless Springmore asks us. And it's like, man, if that's just too tempting. So we're tempted, and here we are. Oh, good. I'm glad that Dale Matzinger's back there, because yesterday at church he told me he wanted to lead all the sing-alongs. Don't you think that's a good idea? Don't shake that head. I think it's good. So we are delighted to be here. And we're just going to sing a lot of different kinds of things. But you have with the sing-along, let's start with some good Springmore singing, Blue Moon. Ever heard of Blue Moon? All righty. Melody? Let's see if I can.
The intro to it too? Okay. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of Blue Moon. It was the only Rodgers and Hart hit that wasn't written specifically for a stage or screen production. The tune was written in 1933 with different lyrics. In 1934, the Blue Moon lyrics were added. In 1948, Billy Eckstine revived the piece with a new recording. From that time on, the song became a jazz and pop standard with recordings by Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, and Elvis Presley. You may also know a shoebop version of the song that was recorded in 1961 by the Marcells.
Okay. Earlene. Are you ready? Join us. Blue moon.
You saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
So, Springmore is a singing place, isn't it? Indeed. Well, we're going to sing a song now. Now, this is really hard. Are you ready? We might need your help. This is one that you may have heard Harry Belafonte sing, and it involves singing and clapping. We're feeling very fancy here. So this is Bring Me Little Water, Sylvie.
Every
How many of you remember seeing West Side Story when it came out in the 60s? Remember? I just thought it was magical. Well, you know, it's back again, a new version, and in fact, an Academy Award was won by a Wake County person in the new movie. How about that? Joyce. Did your Joyce is a Cardinal? It's like, well, there's Joyce. There you are. There you are. Glad to see you. So we're going to sing three things from West Side Story. I think you may have heard these before. Phyllis is working hard, and I think the rest are too. Very good. All righty. How about a little Love Me Tender? Can you find that? You like that? Oh, good. You want a solo? We could make that happen. It could happen. Who's our Love Me Tender talker today? Okay.
Loud enough, but that's go hello. This is on, I guess. Is it on? Okay. In 1956, song Love Me Tender puts new words to the Civil War song Aura Lee, which was published in 1861. Aura Lee had music by George R. Poulton and words by W.W. Fosdick. It later became popular with college glee clubs and barbershop quartets, as well as the U.S. Military Academy in West Point. The principal writer of the lyrics was Ken Darby, who also adapted Poulton's Civil War tune, which was in the public domain. The song was published by the Elvis Presley Music and credited to Presley and Darby's wife, Vera Matson. Presley received co-songwriting credits, due to his publishing deal, which demanded songwriters concede 50% of the credit of their song if they wanted Presley to record it. Presley had songwriting input on only a very few number of the many songs he recorded. Darby was often asked about his decision to credit the song to his wife along with Presley, and his standard response was a very acid, because she didn't write it either.
Thank you, Phyllis. Earlene? Excellent, excellent. Okay, well, we have it on good authority that people have birthdays. You know, we all do, and we're happy to have them. And we have some coming up. In fact, Melanie, yours is tomorrow, isn't it? And we heard that WG's having a birthday tomorrow. There he is, birthday. He's an honorary cardinal, as you know, through our precious Francis. And any other November birthdays in here? Oh, over here, other November birthdays? Oh, over here? Excellent. Well, would you join us in a little happy birthday? E flat. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you all.
Oh. I just think we need to talk a little bit about, and this is not political at all, but I just think we need to talk a little bit about inflation. And I have to tell you about how inflation hit a dear friend couple of mine, Fred and Ethel. Now, Fred and Ethel had been going to the state fair. I have a little balance problem. I think I got that solved. Well, anyway, and well, first they wanted to go when they were just 60. Ethel wanted to go to the fair. He said, no, we can't go to the fair. And she said, well, admission is just $5. And he said, well, $5 is $5. But when they got to be 65, as seniors, they could just walk in and say, "Good morning, how are you doing? And we're going to enjoy the fair today." And they did that for a long time. And then they would go into the fair, and there was this fella offering helicopter rides over the city of Raleigh. $5 a couple for a ride. And Ethel wanted to go something fierce, and she kept saying to Fred, "Please, let's take the ride." And just think about, we could ride over Dorton Arena, we could ride over Meredith College where I went to school, and over NC State where you graduated, and we could just have a marvelous time. And he said, "We cannot do it." And she said, "But why?" He said, "Because $5 is $5. Well, that went on for a good long time. And then this year, have you heard? What I heard was that senior citizens could only go in free one day. Well, Fred and Ethel made it out there to go in that one day. And then when they got around to where the guy was giving the helicopter rides, guess what? Inflation. His rides now were $10. And Fred and Ethel says, "Fred, we should have gone while it was just $5. I wanted to go something fierce, and you never would take me, and I want to go now. I don't see why we can't go now." And he said, "We can't go now because $10 is $10. And Ethel was about to cry, and the man said, "I'll make a deal with you. I will take you for a ride on a helicopter if you can do the complete ride and not say a word." So Fred saw a way to save money, give Ethel a ride, and save $10. So you better believe he jumped on that like a heartbeat. So here they are, and they're up in the air, and they see Dorton Arena, and they see Meredith College, and they see NC State. And then the helicopter pilot decides he'll have a little fun. So he cut some loops on the way back to landing. And when he landed, he said, "Well, I am surprised, not a word. I thought sure I would hear a word when I cut those loops." And Ethel said, "I was going to say something when Fred fell out." But like Fred said, $10 is $10.
Thank you, thank you. Our next song really explains why we do what we do. This is called "All the Way Home," and it's about singing and what singing means to us.
Sing to me, comfort,
How about a little Henry Mancini? All right. And this Henry Mancini, it's Charade. Remember that movie? Audrey Hepburn, remember? And who was with it? Was it Cary Grant? Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. Except this is sort of a mashup between Mancini meets Dave Brubeck. So it's not exactly the way the movie is, but it's spicy.
We played our charade. We were like children fighting, playing at games, acting out things, guessing the parts we played. Oh, what a hit we made! We came on next to closing, best on the bill, lovers until love left the masquerade. They seemed to pull the strings I turned and you were gone. Far from the darkest wings, the music box played on. Sad little serenade, song of my heart's composing. I hear it still, I always will, best on the bill charade. From the darkest wings, the music box played on and on. Sad little serenade, song of my heart's composing. I hear it still, I always will, best on the bill charade.
Okay, I know according to what's going on with the decorations that I haven't even been to the mall, but I'm guessing or to Walmart. It's probably all Christmas, right? Probably. Well, we have one more holiday in between, as in next week, Thanksgiving. How about if joining us with a Thanksgiving song? Come ye what are we? Come ye thankful people? All righty.
Winter storms
Thank you. So, question. How many of you were born in North Carolina? Raise your hands. Whoa. Okay. Some of us too, not a lot of us. Where are some other birth states or birthplaces outside of North Carolina? Just where are Virginians? Oh, we got Virginians. All right, where else? Kansas. Texas. We did have Texas, but not right now. Where else? Where? New York. Well, we got New York in the house. Where? Ohio. We usually have, Ohio. What county? Who said Ohio? Dave, what county?
What county?
Ashtabula. Well, we have one from Cuyahoga and one from Cuyahoga. We were hoping you could break the tie.
All the same.
All the same. So I've heard Ohio, Kansas we don't have right now. Where else? Alabama. Did I hear Alabama? All right, Alabama. That's right. Where else? Wisconsin? No, but Miss Minnesota's not here today. That's the closest. We've gotten close. Yes. South Carolina. Where else? Where? New Jersey. Where? D.C. Yep. Iowa. No. Maryland. We've had folks who've lived in both places, but not. Florida. Any place else? Illinois. Yeah, we got Illinois. Missouri. We do have Missouri. Pennsylvania. Oh, yeah. Well, you need to talk with her because she's close by. Yes. Where else? Any place different? What? Yes, sir. Nebraska. No, but Travis was from Nebraska, and she's not with us, but we have had, yes, Travis Tracy was. Any place else out of Oklahoma? No. Well, you could make a difference, Martha. You could be the one. Martha has to listen to us practice on Thursdays sometimes. So, any place else out of the country? Arkansas. Not now, no. Nobody said California. No Californians? We have plenty of Californians in here. Did you say California? No, it's behind me, yeah. Any place else out of the country? Yes. Honduras. No, but we have Grenada. That's sort of not that far away, isn't it? Yes. Where else? India? No. We need to start recruiting. And where else? Scotland. No, but Sheila was about the closest we had to having a Scottish ancestor. Wow. I think there are plenty of places for us to visit. So, anyway, we hear it's time for Christmas, right? So it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am.
I have to take time to just a minute to wax sentimental, because in the audience is a young man who was in my class when I did my student teaching at Florida Donald College. He claims sometimes to be my oldest living student, though there may be members in his class that are older than he is. But anyway, I did have to recognize that. And I also have to tell you that it really is a touching time, because the man who hired me to begin my high school teaching career at Millbrook High School is with you too, R.E. Cobb. And it's always a pleasure to see him. And then I hope in the audience is the mother of, yes, teachers have favorites, I just have to tell you. The mother of my all-time favorite student is it Aladine Rogers? There she is. Yeah. And her grandson now is the new chancellor at East Carolina University. And my granddaughter is a freshman there, and when they had a informal gathering of students on the first weekend, Mackenzie just pounced herself right up to Philip and said, "My Gigi taught your daddy." And so I just have to share that with you. But also I have to tell you this. It's time to get ready for the holidays. Yes, we do have Thanksgiving, but people are already looking for Christmas. And so I heard about one woman that was really looking ahead to her Christmas gift for her husband. And she was up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I hope some of you have been. I did in years past to Julian Price Park. And there in the building, they have all these lovely handcrafts that are done by the people that live there in the mountains. And so she visited there, and she saw this painting that she was really taken with. And so she went up to the desk and she said, is there any way possible that I could meet the man that did this painting, because I would like for him to do a painting for me? And they said, well, yes, there is a chance that you could meet him, because if you just get back on the parkway and go toward Asheville and take the second exit, and then take the third little country street off to the right of that, and go down past the big oak tree and turn left and up a little hill, and you'll see his cabin sitting up there. So here she went in her limousine and pulled up into the yard of this cabin, and the fellow was sitting out on his porch, and she got out and she said, I've seen your work, your painting down at the Julian Price, and I would love to have you do a painting for me. And he said, well, we could possibly work out a deal. And she said, well, the only hang up is I would want you to paint me in the nude. And he said, well, I don't know about that. He said, I'd have to talk that over with the madam, and she's gone across the second creek over yonder to help birth a baby, and it'll be a while before she's back. So if you'll come back next Tuesday, I'll give you my answer. And so the next Tuesday rolled around, and the limousine rolled up in the yard again, and she got out and went up, well, what did you decide? And he said, well, the madam and I talked about it, and the children do need new shoes for school. And so, yes, we've agreed that I can paint you in the nude. But we have to make one consideration. I have to have something to wipe my brushes on, so you're going to have to let me wear socks.
Thank you, Pat. It's beginning. Chime in. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10, listening once again, with candy cane and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, and the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hobble-loppers and a pistol to shoot is a wish, a party and then. Dolls that'll talk and we'll go for a walk with the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the kid will make the ring. It's the carol that you sing right within your heart. And the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. Okay, have yourself a merry little Christmas, shall we? This probably seems weirder to you than it does to us, because, musicians have to start early thinking about Christmas, right? So we'll sing for you, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Thank you, darling. You too. You too. I think you ought to be directing. You're good. You're so sweet. Merry little Yeah, that's good.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Well, you know, amongst you, you have a really fine musician. Her name is Marlene. Have you ever heard of her? So we would like to feature Marlene in the next song. It's a very serious song. I think you know it. It's not even on your sing-along because you don't need it. It's called Jingle Bells. Heard it? Marlene, I think you need to come out here where they can see you because it's going to be such a splendid time. So we will close out our program today. There are 2 more sing-alongs, so you just keep them. And we'll do them the next time. Are you ready? All righty. Hit it, Earlene. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse. I better get out of the way. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Oh, come on. Making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing the sleigh song. Hit it, Marlene. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Aha, thank you. Excellent. All those piano lessons paid off. Well, you know, you can't go anywhere without advertisements, so we want to tell you that in the spring, we will have a concert, and we hope you will attend. We go out into the city and in the county and wherever from really October through April. We go to different audiences, but once a year people come to us. So it's the last Sunday of March. I think it's the 26th, something like that, the last Sunday of March. And it will be at Highland United Methodist Church, which is on the corner of Ridge Road and Lake Boone Trail. We know that you can find your way there because some of you find your way there every Sunday. Some of us found our way here from there, so we know the road runs that way. We do have a great place if you want to get a bus. We got parking for that, and we'll have somebody out there meeting the bus, just as we do on Sunday mornings. So please come. We're going to have instrumentalists, and we'll just have a big old time, and we would love for you to be there. Also, the other time that you could hear us in real will be at Christmas on December 8th. It's a Thursday morning at 11 o'clock. We'll be at the Capitol. And if you haven't visited the Capitol when it's all decorated, it's a wonderful, wonderful time to be there. So we hope you will be with us there if you can. So anything else we need to tell them? Yes. Oh, it's free. Free and fun. I mean, really, isn't that a great... Despite inflation, it will be free. We can guarantee that. So thank you, and Dave, thank you so much for inviting us, and we're so glad to be with you today. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Earlene. Thank you. You have anything to say, or are we?
No?
Okay, that's a wrap. We'll see you. Happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas. Well, thank you. It's our pleasure to be here. We're so glad to be here with you.
The meeting is not over. As soon as we can, we will continue our meeting.
It's our pleasure. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now you can have it back.
At this time, may I have your attention, please? This is. Tell Alan. The meeting. Sit down. The meeting's not over. The meeting is not over, so I would appreciate your sitting down again. This is, of course, the final meeting of the year, as we do not meet in December. And at this time, I would like to recognize the members of the outgoing board who have served during this year. The vice president is Dave Waters. The secretary is Janet Carter, who I think had to leave early. Directors, Carol Bryan, A.J. Gardner, Jim Bundy, and Barbara Smith. And I would like for you to give them a hand because they have served admirably. And of course, it means that this is also my last meeting as president. And I want to tell you,
It's the last one this time.
I want to tell you what an honor it has been and how much I have truly enjoyed it. And it's all because of the people. I've loved getting to know everybody and being able to talk with you and hear your good things and maybe not so good. But it's been a wonderful experience for me, and I look forward to continuing to be sitting out there next year. At this time, we will do the door prizes. And Kay Bullock is going to draw. The first number is 7735894.
5894.
7735894. Okay, then we will draw another one.
Got it?
I think Murphy won last month, didn't you? And here for the second door prize. This is funny. 7735893. 7735893. Congratulations. That's your door prize.
893. Right. Congratulations.
Thank you again. Thank you all for coming, and happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas.